Hey guys, Enter the Stars. We found the matrix array in South America and Argentina. We're going to show you that and show you how it points directly to the reactor that was shut down just a few weeks ago in Argentina, supposedly for upgrades. And 22 months, the reactor will be shut down. 2 weeks before, this burst of energy emanated from the area. I'm going to wait for a few minutes until you guys are able to come on and look at this. This is simply unbelievable. Hopefully you guys will be notified. I've noticed my view counts for my video are way down. YouTube must be doing something strange. Let me pull this up here and we'll zoom in on this here. So what I did was I was able to overlay this map. Now this thing is massive. If this was lit up, it would be able to be viewed from space. Look at the size of this array. So what I did is I overlaid this array. This is 1,200 square miles. 1,200 square miles. And look at this. I was able to find this because I overlaid and lined up this lake, and I'm going to demonstrate that to you right now. Look at the salt lake below, and the features are exactly lined up. Let's do it this way. As I toggle back and forth, keep your eye on this little lake here, this part. For record keeping sake, this is lined up. So this is the array, and this thing is massive. 1,200 square miles. Now, a couple things I noticed, that this has a hexagon here, but also this is in general a six-sided shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a hexagonal array. Now, let's zoom out so you guys can get an idea of how massive this thing is. And you're probably wondering where that red line is pointing to, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But look at the size of this thing. This covers a very large chunk of land. It is actually stated in the Wikipedia article that it is as big as Rhode Island. Now, here's what I discovered, and this is why I came back on live here tonight, because I wanted you guys to see this with your own eyes. And this is just shocking. I told you in the last video that when Dabu found this wave pulse, let's turn that channel back on too so you can see this wave pulse. These are the outside angles and lanes of the wave pulse, and I'm going to turn it on here. This is the wave burst, as you can see here. And all I did was outline the wave bursts that Dabu found here. See, there's the outline. And this goes all the way up into North America, as we demonstrated on the last video. So I drew these lines around this, and at the dead center crosshairs of where this thing's emanating from, because see, some go in this direction and some go in that direction. The center is here, right on top of this nuclear reactor. Let's turn this off now. Here is the nuclear reactor. Let's see here. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Dead center in the crosshairs. But I told you that the reactor is definitely related to the array. Why? Because watch this. The array observatory points directly to the reactor. Let me zoom this out so you guys can see what's going on. The array points directly to the reactor. Now, if the two had no relationship to one another, why would the array be pointing to the reactor? And right in between these two objects, we have the burst, okay, emanating from this point. Let's zoom this out. As you can see, demonstrated with the lines here. observatory, nuclear reactor. So what's going on here? Something we obviously don't know about, causing large atmospheric disturbances, bouncing off of the dome of our atmosphere and coming back down. Now, someone else had noted, they said, well, if we lived inside a dome, wouldn't these bounce off and come back down? And they actually do. In the extended, you can see this start to bow back down. It bows out and then comes back. And in Dabu's video, you see it, and it almost terminates into like a large bulb almost. And then we extrapolated this downwards, and we found that when you extrapolate this part downwards, that this should come up all the way near Australia. And we should be able to see that on the other image, and we did not, telling us that we probably have a convex lens Earth. So this is where it stands, you guys. Let's turn this burst off again. We have an array pointing to a reactor. The two are seemingly unrelated. At least that's what we're told, the official story. The reactor was shut down on January 6th for 22 months. The observatory just celebrated its 15-year anniversary in December of 2015 with a contract renewal of 10 more years. This reactor is supposed to last another 30 years. They are related, both in Argentina. Anyway, let's take a look here in the chat, see what's going on. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so this is pretty nuts. I believe that the burst that we're seeing, the wave burst, the atmospheric anomaly, is coming out of a combination of the reactor and the array. I don't know exactly what they're experimenting on or doing over there, but we have 15 countries. $50 million is what they spent on the array, working on this project with all the workings of like a CERN type thing, trying to discover neutrinos and all these other different subatomic particles. The same thing that CERN is doing. All right. Thanks for sharing, Yahweh. I appreciate that, because the only way things are going to change is if we expose this stuff. Okay. Now, my guess is that what's going to happen is the next time we see one of these wave bursts, they're going to doctor the images somehow, or they're going to shut it down, or they're going to censor it because we're onto them. And so that's what I believe is going on, you guys. Anyway, guys, let's see here. Do you have any other comments? Oh, Mo, this is, you got to watch my last two videos to understand what's going on. This is the third in a series of discoveries we made after W7 discovered a large pulse emanating from South America. We triangulated it, we found it, and we believe we identified the source. So you got to watch the last two videos to understand the details of what that's about. Let's see here. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks, Tamara. Mushy, Kevin. I've been live about 10, 15 minutes, you guys. This will be published, and you guys will be able to share this. Much love to you guys. Take care and be safe.